Welcome back to Yahoo Finance. Well, software maker Gitlab swinging to a profit in its most recent quarter. The company beating the street's expectations, also raising its guidance. And that was enough to send shares to the highest level that we've seen in more than a year. So let's talk about that and more. And for that, we want to bring in the CEO of Gitlab, Sid Sijbrandij. Sid, it's great to have you here. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's talk about that most recent quarter that you just reported. It was the third quarter in a row that you had a beat and raise. Revenue up 32% on a year-over-year basis. What's driving that demand?
Yeah, the demand is being driven by software eating the world. Every company has to get better at making software. What companies are seeing is that they now have like 15 different tools to create software, and they have to hop between each and every one of them to get it out the door. We consolidate that onto one platform. They don't have the integration costs, and they get typically 7 times faster in making a change.
So this quarter was a bit of a milestone here, your first quarter that you've reported profitability. Are you confident that you're going to be able to sustain that profitability?
We told the street that for coming fiscal year, we expect to be non-GAAP operating income profitable.
When it comes to what is driving your momentum, there's been a lot of focus on AI. I know you have been investing heavily in AI. What has that done for your business? And more broadly speaking, how much has it, or is it really revolutionizing the software developer world?
It is revolutionizing the software development world, and it's helping out with so many things. If you imagine, like, one prominent feature has been like writing more code, but the AI can help with so many more things, like suggesting reviewers for your code, fixing security vulnerabilities. We've released 14 AI features throughout the development lifecycle to help people that are available to customers today, and that help them optimize their entire development, security, and operations lifecycle.
So what does that future investment look like when it comes to AI? How heavily will you be investing in that space in terms of future opportunities?
Yeah, we're investing heavily to make all these features really, really great, and this 14 won't be the last. There will be more coming.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the stabilization signs that you're seeing in your enterprise business. Certainly was a standout here in the most recent quarter. What does that demand look like going forward, and are we seeing signs of stabilization?
Yeah, we saw some reduced demand in SMB, and what we're seeing is that our software, the consolidation of tools, it works best for the most complex businesses. The more regulatory requirements you have, the more complex everything is. That's when the value of having everything in a single application, a single data store, is greatest.
When it comes to some of those opportunities outside of that space, when it comes to some of the macro trends that you are seeing, how are you seeing some of your clients balance this? Because it is a very tough macroeconomic environment. We've been talking to a number of business leaders over the past several days, some of them scaling back in terms of their investment. Are you seeing any signs of that?
Yeah, for sure. Our customers have to save money. And with Gitlab, they do that in a couple of ways. They do it because of Gitlab, they have fewer software licenses. They save on licensing costs. They save on integration costs. You don't have to duct tape 15 tools together. They save because their people get more effective. They have to hire fewer people. And most importantly, they can execute faster on their cost-saving initiatives because they get software out the door faster.
How are you navigating this uncertain environment as CEO of Gitlab? What are some of the adjustments that you're making as a result?
Yeah, we are cost conscious too. We've improved our profitability by 2,200 basis points on a non-GAAP basis year over year.
And how have you been able to do that?
We want to have growth, but responsible growth. So we've grown 32% year over year, but we have a cost conscious culture in the company.
When it comes to some of the risks that are ahead right now for your industry, what would you identify as some of the biggest challenges or biggest headwinds that you see on the horizon?
Yeah, I think AI is the biggest thing. It is a tailwind. I think it makes our software way more useful, but it is a fast developing space, so we got to keep up.
And what are some of those risks associated with AI in terms of what you are doing to try to mitigate some of those risks, some of those headwinds that are very present and something that many business leaders are very closely focusing on?
Yeah, so customers want all the features, the latest and greatest, but they also want to make sure that their data, their code, their IP isn't used to train models that then help their competitors.
That was our own Seana Smith and Gitlab CEO Sid Sijbrandij.